थोड़ा साल पहले क्या था कि 50-60 उम्र के लोगों को होता था हेयर लॉस, सबको नहीं होता था. अभी 25 एवरेज एज ऑफ पीपल हु आर गोइंग थ्रू हेयर लॉस आर इन दैट 26-27.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that is true. You have had unhealthy diet from your teens to your 20s and your hair loss has started. So now correcting the diet would only be a part of correcting the hair loss. You would have to go for other treatments as well. Only correcting the diet would not help.
What is the causes for hair loss and how we can restrict it from the hair loss?
I think I'll start with is it such a big deal? And you know, आपने बोला इतना बड़ी बात है क्या? Honestly,
I don't think so. But बहुत लोग सोचता है.
No, as you know, मैं before starting this company, I was on Reddit, and I was every few posts are about hair loss. If you actually go into it and try to read what's happening, right, you will realize that it is not a health issue. It's also a huge psychological impact.
Definitely.
People are depressed. People don't want to go out. People have stopped dating or stopped attending parties. It's a big deal. And only the person who goes through it can understand.
Definitely.
Having said that, it's also becoming a pandemic. थोड़ा साल पहले क्या था कि 50-60 उम्र के लोगों को होता था हेयर लॉस, सबको नहीं होता था. अभी 25 एवरेज एज ऑफ पीपल हु आर गोइंग थ्रू हेयर लॉस आर इन दैट 26-27.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that is true. So in my practice as well, hair loss patients have gone up pretty drastically. Like if I see 10 patients a day, 5 of them are hair loss and most of them are patterned balding or
And
thinning.
I think the psychological problems in generally, the people who are in early ages, they are suffering psychologically much more than the people who are hair loss.
I agree absolutely, because you don't expect your 20s to look like that, right? You have to get married. You have to, you know, you're just in your 20s.
Yeah.
Why is it happening? You know, I often hear people say, you know, it's genetic, it's part of aging. But if your father had it when he turned 50, why are you having it when you... So it definitely, you are right, it impacts younger people way more than people who are older.
And that is why it is a big deal nowadays, because it is taken for granted कि 50 বছর হয়ে গেছে তো এবার তো টাক পড়বেই. You will have hair loss.
আমরা একটু বাংলাতেও বলবো.
Sure. But when you're getting it in 25 years of age, so you come and the first question you ask to the doctor is, আমার কেন এরকম হচ্ছে? I don't know anyone around me আর যার এরকম হচ্ছে. But the point is, even if they individually say কি I don't know anyone around me যার এরকম হচ্ছে, every third person that I see is actually complaining of the problem. Okay.
So can you tell us that what is the root causes of hair losses?
Sure, I think it's a beautiful question, because always people ask for the solution and not understand why it's happening, right? Medically, there are types of hair loss. The most common type of hair loss in men is male pattern hair loss or androgenic alopecia. What happens in the body is there is a hormone called testosterone that converts to DHT. It is this DHT that goes and attacks the hair follicle. And because of the attack, the hair starts to first thin, and then eventually in every hair cycle, it stops to come. So balding happens. Now, DHT is in every man's body.
Yes.
So DHT is not bad. That's not the problem. The problem is that some people get genetic disposition कि आपका body में आपका DHT जाके बाल पे attack करेगा. Okay. So that is genetic hair loss. Now, this has been there for ages. Your grandfather had it, your father had it, you had it. Grandfather was balding at 70, father was balding at 50, you are balding at 25. So actually, the root causes or the things that impact this hair loss are many things, not just
Not a one factor.
Not one factor.
Yes, so genetic factor would be the most common thing. Like it is seen in scientific studies ki with each successive generation the thinning actually does start earlier. But for nowadays, lifestyle, stress, your normal natural health, all these matters a lot. Okay? Dust, pollution exposure, sun exposure that you're getting from outside.
I want to also know that how the lifestyle affect our hair, and number two, how the pollution and the quality of the water it's already affecting our hair quality or hair. It's a cause for the hair loss.
So regarding lifestyle, the major factor that we see nowadays is diet, exercise and stress.
Okay.
So no one is following diet properly. Abhi now that everyone is aware, সবাই বলছে যে না এবারে আমি healthy diet করব. But the root of the hair loss starts very early. You have had unhealthy diet from your teens to your 20s and your hair loss has started. So now correcting the diet would only be a part of correcting the hair loss. You would have to go for other treatments as well. Only correcting the diet would not help. And regular exercise, because nowadays our lives are all very sedentary. We're sitting at our desks and we're working. Yeah, so that's why we're counting steps. Ki daily 10,000 steps lena hai. So why? Because of this. Because the more you exercise, the more you live healthily, your cells are also healthy that way. Okay. And that would include your hair cells. जितना वो healthy रहेंगे, जैसे DHT के बारे में इन्होंने बोला, so DHT levels will be less. Your body का stress will be less.
And ये क्या सच है कि एक्सरसाइज करने में हमारा बॉडी में ब्लड सर्कुलेशन ज़्यादा होता है और इसके लिए हेयर फॉलिकल में ऑक्सीजन ज़्यादा जाते हैं. सो एक्सरसाइज कैन हेल्प आवर हेयर इन दिस वे. इज इट राइट?
Yes, definitely, but you have to be cautious as well not to overtrain, because an overtraining will alter your hormonal balances and then hair fall might worsen. But a minimum level of exercise, or I would say a moderate level of exercise, is very important. Not just for hair, in all your body tissues, blood supply will go. And your body tissues will remain healthy.
No, exercise can help in multiple levels. See, one major root cause of hair fall is stress. When you have stress, you have a hormone in your body called cortisol that increases. When you have stress, it spoils your digestion system. Your hormones go haywire. So stress directly impacts your hair. Stress also spoils your digestion and your gut impacts your hair. So there is a multi-attack that stress does. Now when you go and exercise, it is the fastest and the cheapest way to bring your cortisol levels down. Second is sleep well. So the moment one starts to exercise and along start sleeping well, your stress levels can go down and your hair fall caused due to this can be reduced.
Okay.
In fact, Arijit, I once went to an Ayurveda doctor. These I'm talking in the early days. The first time I asked an Ayurveda doctor, what is the root cause of hair fall? The answer was beautiful. He said, hair fall or hair loss is not a disease in our scriptures. It's actually a symptom, a sign that your body is communicating and trying to tell you that something inside is wrong.
Yeah.
Your stress, your hormones, your digestion, your metabolism, your absorption in the gut, the nutrition in your body, your hormones, thyroid, PCOS, such conditions. There are multiple things in your body. If anything goes wrong, the first thing that will happen is your hair fall will happen. Yes. Or in cases of genetic hair loss, which you have taken in from your father and grandfather, it will go on a 10x speed.
Yes, and it will start early.
It will start early, it will be faster. What should have happened at 50 is now happening at 25. That is the key reason to why it is happening so early.